I used to use OBS, but this is better. No, because this will let me render my videos while I record another video, and OBS won't let me do that. I had to pay for this software, though. Yes. That is the webcam. So, I record my classes. So if anyone is absent, or if for any reason you miss class, you're able to go back and see it. You are not visible in that, like, you're kind of visible, but you're like 2 pixels large. You are not able to tell who you are from the picture-in-picture. The main reason I have that is when I do things in the classroom, I hold something up, whatever, I want like your classmate from home to go to see, oh, he was showing something, whatever, like, I probably need to go ask him about that, or when I'm saying, like, get this, or when I say things like that. We just need a little picture-in-picture, so that doesn't show up. Here, I'll pop it there. What? I don't know, but I just record every day. Like, I had to get back in the swing of things, and I had to get my computer fixed, and now that everything seems to be working okay, we're going to start trying to record again. So, everybody should have out the regular. You should have your expression mat, which looks like this, and I've added a few words to this. And then, you should be ready to discuss nothing. And that's why the song I put on was Nothing from Nothing Leaves Nothing. Because if you take nothing away from nothing, you still have nothing. Liam. Yes. Yes. So that is another, not that I often need those, but when parents are like, really? Like, I don't, like, he doesn't act like that at home. I'll be like, oh, well, here's a video from class yesterday when, Bear was off the handle and wouldn't, calm down. So that's another application of me recording the videos. Is, well, it shouldn't be done, right? Simon. Just Micah Hudson. Just search my name, Micah Hudson. Now, it will be changing, so that is a thing. I was delaying delaying like doing recordings this year because I am going to be changing my YouTube handle because Worthington wants us to separate our professional from our personal stuff. So my YouTube right now is connected with my professional email, my work email, and they've asked that we split things. So don't worry, I'll link from the old channel to the new channel or something. I'll figure out a way to do that. But still, it'll probably just be something close to my name. I'm trying to think of a clever name because if I have to change my handle. So for my creative people, help me think of something clever. So that's a different person. I'm thinking like Hudson's Math Help or Math with Hudson, or but something catchy. Talk to me about that later, not right now. I do not want any conversation about that right now because we need to move forward. So, nothing. What's nothing? How do we end up with nothing? What does nothing mean? Like, what thoughts do you have? We got way too many hands up. I got to start using cards now that we're back at school. Patrick, you got thoughts? Remember, you can always pass. You can always pass. But I'm just using random cards to try to get thoughts from people. What do you think, Patrick? Pass. Crystal? Bianca? Any thoughts about nothing?
Any thoughts about nothing?
This is a funny conversation to try to have. Out of pass. Leah? Thoughts about nothing?
Nothing? It's hard to say that. It's hard to say that
we're not, hey, like, I need to do that now because if an emergency happens, we cannot wait for you to put shoes on and go back to it. You gotta keep shoes on.
Okay. So, nothing, it's not necessarily yet. It's like, it's hard to have nothing because there's always something.
How much money do you have on you right now?
None.
None? Have you never, ever had any money?
I've had money.
So how did you end up with no money right now?
I know that if I got it to school, I'd either bet and lose or lose somewhere.
So there's another nothing situation. You said if you bring it to school, you bet it and you lose it, which would end up back at nothing, right? Simon, thoughts about nothing?
Yes, a lot of it.
you want a new slide or what? Here.
Yeah.
Do that. And here, let's set you up with a pen. Okay.
So if you were to
It should be. So, my techie people. See if it works.
yes, here.
If ever the smartboard is misbehaving, this top cord back here plugs into USB 4. That is what needs to be unplugged and then replugged. And that, I don't know why it fixes it, but
If you were to have this equation, which is just x minus x, once you combine all like terms, you're just gonna have nothing. Even if you were to add something to it, like if you were to have x, let's say negative x plus 1 plus negative 1, you're gonna have nothing because they all combine with like terms to get 0.
I love it. So everything that we have, we also have the opposite, right? He said if I have a positive x and take away an x, or if I have a positive x and add a negative x. Interesting. Hazel, what's up?
So I have no turtles in my hands right now. That's nothing. If I put a turtle in my hand, then I have a turtle in my hand, and I don't have nothing.
How can you get back to nothing?
I can take my
Ooh, impressive. Ike, then we're moving on. Ike, and then we're moving on.
I just answered your question.
So, nothing, right? This idea of nothing is any time that we have something and then we get the opposite, or anytime we have something and then take away all of what we have. So hopefully you haven't been in this situation, but Julie ends up with nothing. She babysits, she gets $15. This is why you should always have a purse or a wallet. She just shoves it in her pocket, gets home. Okay, yeah, sorry, I forgot. There's another one where they just put it in her pocket. Burton Pumas made up football team. Gains 12 yards, but on the next play they have a loss of 12 yards, probably a QB sack or something like that, and they end up right back where they were. That's nothing. Rolando's at the beach, digs a hole in the sand, the tide comes in, or I don't know, whatever, and the hole gets filled back in. Right back to where we started. That's nothing. Nothing doesn't mean nothing happened. It just means we result in nothing after we clean everything up. Alex? But we're really trying to say nothing. Could we say that?
Is it nothing something?
But is zero?
If nothing comes from something,
Number.
I don't know. Now I'm trying to get all like deep.
Nothing is something.
All right, so
Nothing is nothing.
let's think about our equation math. I want you and your partner to come up with 2 different ways using algebra tiles and equation math to show nothing. You and your partner come up with 2 different ways. No, but you gotta do it. Show us 2 ways. That is not nothing. Yeah, there we go. Now, what would be nothing is if you did that, or if you do that. Ooh. I like. All right, as I walk around, I'm seeing a lot of the same things. So, I saw a variety of things. I saw some people with the same tile on top and bottom. Now, why is this nothing? Alex?
Because the bottom side of the expression map is the opposite of whatever is involved.
Yeah, so the bottom side is always the opposite of what it looks like. So we really have a positive x and then the opposite of a positive x, which is negative, right? Now, how can I show this differently? Who can tell me what to do? Like, tell me like one move, essentially. Audrey? A single move. Well, okay, I guess two. I could do them at the same time. Tell me what. Yeah. Just tell me what you were gonna do. I go up and flip it up. So now, together, in the true value, I have a positive x and a negative x. Now, a lot of you got really creative, and you added some more tiles. Maybe you added, like, these down here, or some of you added, you know, another one, both facing the same direction on top and bottom. You incorporated, some of you used some XYs, too. You were getting nice and fancy and seeing how many can I fit on here. So a bunch of ways that we can show nothing, as long as everything that we have also has its opposite, right? Now, I am hopeful that we'll have some time to work on your homework today, so please slow me down if we need to, but I'm going to keep going, assuming that we're still okay. Build this collection of tiles on your mat. Okay.
Exactly how it is.
Yeah, that, now remember, shaded in is our not red. This is red. So remember, this tile is red. For us, that's red. The empty is red. Then on your paper, please. I forget if I put this on our pink sheets or not.
We just all put it on one side. We just simplify it all on one side.
We will here in just a second. This is not on the pink sheet. The pink sheet doesn't have any class examples. All right, so the one thing I'm worried about here is as we go to do our homework, and especially as we go to do masteries, I'm looking for a specific way of processing through this. You can get to the right answer, but not take this route. So please listen for a moment. Okay, give me your eyes up here, like drop whatever's in your hands. When we look at the math, before we simplify, please are you with me? Because I want to make sure you get this right on your homework and your test. Before we simplify, we want to write everything we see. Okay, so just to start, I have two positive x's, I have a negative x, I have a positive one, and then do not change the values yet. We're just going to show the opposite area has 3 positives, right? I'm not changing its value yet. Then, after I write it all out originally, and this is a plus that we don't need, right? That's a plus that we don't need. I could get rid of that and it doesn't change the expression at all, right? That's a plus I don't need, but I'll show you why I have that plus there. Now, 2x and a negative x, well, I actually know that I could circle these and get rid of them, right? Because a positive x and a negative x. Well, so really I just have a positive x, and I could put a 1 here, or I don't have to. Plus 1. But then this creates negative 3. I always, bless you, because if we think back to PBS Math Club, right? We watched the PBS thing about the matrix and subtractions a lot. We always want addition between our terms. So remember, this is not subtraction. It's actually saying the opposite, right? right? That is not subtraction. It's saying the opposite. So the opposite of 3 is negative 3. Now I'm going to combine these things and clean them up and say, okay, this is really 1x and what? Negative 2. We do not want to say x minus 2. We want to use addition between the terms. And then negative values we put in parentheses just to keep it nice and say this is a negative value. Yeah?
I'm sorry. I just want to connect this to what I did.
Can you not start with an apology though? Why are you saying I'm sorry?
Because, like, it's really kind of feel awkward.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Don't apologize.
Okay, so in the weekend, I had to do math
Yeah.
stuff. And there was this thing where you had to like take out all the squares in like an equation, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was hard, so that's kind of like that. But
Did you end up getting it?
yeah.
Alright, does this make sense? That everything down here we are going to represent by saying the opposite of and then write what it actually looks like. Yeah. We're going to do a few more things.
So you're saying like
You want to see another one? I think you're bringing this whole process.
I think I got it, but like you're just trying to
It's a
use
format
that as
thing.
because this is still 3, but the you put the minus symbol in
Opposite, negative.
because it
Because
was
we're not using it as much.
upside down.
Yes. Alex.
So we have to use this.
Not have to, because you can still get to the right answer, right? But as you get deeper into the mathematics, this is going to be a strategy that it'll help you avoid mistakes, is what I'm saying. If you immediately start trying to put symbols and skip over the step of write down everything before you start, you're asking to make mistakes. That's just, I've seen from the past, that's when kids make their mistakes.
Why do you have to write it like plus and then like
No. So as Alex just said, is this like what we have to? No. But what I'm telling you is eventually you're going to make mistakes if you skip over these steps.
well, what if you don't make
Then great. But I'm telling you, later in your math career, skipping steps will lead to and that's okay. Mistakes are okay.
but also
You don't have to raise your hand again.
okay, how is that negative but it's still minus?
It's not still minus. It's not still subtraction.
It is subtraction.
No, it's not. It's either. No. It's the opposite. I cannot have.
Okay, that matrix video is just like it's bad kind of because
Okay.
subtraction is just it's like you do subtraction in like equations, and if you just say the opposite, you can't really do the equation.
So we can't use that one like this. Is not subtraction.
Well, yeah, there's some cases where it's not subtraction, but
The
there are other cases where it is subtraction. Like, ow!
Oh, we're getting into debate mode.
This is not subtraction.
Yeah, it's not. But like, where's the other thing?
What other? The
See,
next
when
one.
it's like that. Yeah, this is not subtraction.
Right.
But this is subtraction.
Right.
That's in the parentheses.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, why do you think subtraction was like?
It's the opposite on the
This isn't subtraction. And just like that's not subtraction, this isn't subtraction. Because
Technically, it is.
No, it's
So-
not. No.
It is
let me tell
subtraction.
everyone in this class, 'cause I've told a couple of you individually, normally when you start a statement with well, actually, or technically, you're gonna sound like a jerk, which is okay if you're okay with that.
Offended.
But- So, what is, I'm gonna make you double down now. What is subtraction?
Garbage.
No. One person. What is subtraction?
It's when you. It's when you take away from the numbers before.
I agree,
Okay?
right?
Yeah.
these tiles are not like running away.
I understand that thing, but like.
Well, why are you arguing with me? Just say we're not subtracting.
Well, we are.
No, we're not. I'm adding in more tiles. So here, guys, and I'm allowing this fight to happen because, no offense, but this is where you're all not as smart as you think you are, and I love you all, but you're not. I didn't stutter. Listen, I need everyone's ears. Look, guys, I get it, and I have had to relearn math as I've become a teacher. I would have been making the same argument as you. I'm telling you, I would have made the same argument as you. But that's because how we learn math in elementary school is not correct. It's tricks. They teach you tricks to get you to the right answer. Hold on. Nobody. Hey, nobody talk. Okay? Just listen. Just zip your lips for a second, and maybe you'll understand what I'm trying to get you to, understand. This is what I have, right? The box is what I have. Quote, unquote, I have these things. I got eyes that are not on the board, and they're the same people that want to fight with me. I get 2 positive x's. Then I get a negative x, right? Like, I owe somebody an x. I don't know why, but I owe somebody an x. I get another 1 tile. And then I get, right? Nobody's taken anything from me. I get 3 tiles, 3 1 tiles. But they are in the opposite area. I have received. I keep adding. I could add a ton of tiles. And I've not taken anything away. Subtraction does exist, right? We will say it doesn't because really no math has to. We made it all up, right? Math is a language we made up. But all of this is adding more stuff. So what we're trying to get you to understand is adding a negative quantity, or adding the opposite of something, does the same as subtraction. But it's not actually subtraction. It's a different, you need to change your thinking. So if you need to tell yourself, now realize I'm the type of teacher that I'm not going to let you believe something wrong. I will fight with students to get you to, this is what's real. This is what's true. We are not subtracting. It might seem like it. It might act like it. It might look like it. But it's not. Okay, we're adding opposite values, which might seem like subtraction, but it's not actually subtraction. We are adding in negative or opposite quantities.
So it's like slang in language. It's just a different way of saying something else,
Yep.
but also the wrong.
Yeah, it's like vernacular. Vernacular is a fancy word for slang. Yeah.
What? Can you fight me?
I mean, handheld combat, I think you might win, but math combat, I'm not very strong, so I'll fight you in math. What math fight do you want to? You gotta throw something down if you want to fight. Patrick?
So I agree with you, but if you have 3 pieces and then somebody takes away 2 of the pieces, you're not adding negative pieces.
I agree.
They're getting pizzas off. You're getting off.
So Patrick, I agree with you. That situation's different from what we're doing up here. Right? That situation, somebody took away, you'd be removing tiles. Right? You'd be taking away. We're not taking away up here. We're continuing to add more quantities. Some of them are negative. But I'm trying to get you guys to realize we're not taking away here.
I mean,
that's what subtraction.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So the order of operations is y,
Multiplication and division happen at the same time. Addition and subtraction happen at the same time. So no, guys. Here's also where your elementary teachers did things wrong. Order of operations should be written like this always. The order of operation. That's how the order of writing out PEMDAS straight across is wrong. The order of operations should be written vertically here, and really when we do math, we should do it vertically. These happen at the same time. They are the same operation. There really should not be two letters there. There should just be one letter. Okay, but because how we teach you guys math, you're already stuck with multiplication and division being two different things, which they're not. Yeah, I mean, division is multiplying by fractions, right? Subtraction is adding negatives. Yeah, it could just be Pima. Pima!
My old math teacher had a poster that called it GEM, grouping symbols.
Oh, yeah.
Infinite, multiplication or division, and then subtraction or addition.
Yeah.
Gems is good.
Yeah, I like grouping symbols because it's not always parentheses.
So like a credit card, when you're only adding numbers, it doesn't matter what, like, if it's positive or negative, you're just adding numbers.
Yep. You are always adding to. So guys, has anyone ever seen a checkbook? I'll be very surprised if you have. You're constantly adding into the checkbook, but you're adding negatives as you purchase things, right? Then you add positive as you put money on the account or pay it back. Right? You're just continually adding. Sorry, Liam, because I've already called him there and I haven't come back to you.
Well, when you said that you should do everything out first, before I took all my time with everything I created, couldn't I just
Hey people, you're being really rude. I'm trying to cover all these questions, but I got like 6 side conversations. No offense, but like I teach very direct, and if like something I say upsets you, that's great. Because that's great because that means you care. But like that doesn't give you the right to like talk over people and get like a chip on your shoulder, and like we still have class moving forward. So Liam's asking a question. Sorry.
So you got to the thing where you put this up.
Yeah, I'm sure I can, but why?
Well, because when you wrote out the whole equation thing, before you do that, since you're not really like changing it, well, I guess you are, but just like put these over and write it like this. You're not.
That is an option.
Really?
I mean, technically, yeah, because so you're skipping writing it down, but the step you did was on your paper. When you move the tiles and flip them, so you did the step. You physically did it, right? You didn't just think through it. You did it. You just didn't write it down, which is okay. I'm just like, it's whether you write it down or whether you do it physically. And that is one strategy. Push everything to the top is one strategy that you can do. And still, I would still write that as plus, negative, whatever. Now, I would group zeros, too. Before I would do that, and I would group zeros. I'm really scared. Okay. No, because you gotta keep moving on. No. Sorry, if it's just because you're digging in your heels and wanting to fight about stuff, no, you don't. Because it doesn't matter right now. Okay, so we're going to set these up. I will come back and talk to you about it. But we have like 10 minutes of class left. And I really thought we'd go a lot further than we are. Simplify these 3 expressions. I would ask you that you first write them out exactly as they are up here, and then simplify them as far as possible. I would ask you to put addition between every set of, like, every terms, but that's up to you. Simplify. Alright, what's up?
I just like hear you guys argue.
Okay. Okay, why? So, when I was trying to get you to find subtraction, right, or minus, what that is, it's removing objects, right? Like subtraction is the idea of removing objects. I'm trying to get you guys to like shift your thinking. And really, it's to lead you to understanding financial algebra. We are adding debt, right, or negative or opposite quantities. So when you start working with money, when you like buy something, when you swipe a credit card, you are taking on additional debt, right, negative quantities. Yeah. So all I'm trying to get you guys to stop saying the word subtraction, because in your brains, subtraction is synced up with take away things. We can bring in more objects. It will have the same impact as subtraction. It will have the same impact, but it's not subtraction. It's adding the negative or adding the opposite.
Yeah. That's how you would transfer. Ooh!
Not really. We have an X and we have a negative 4. I would replace those things with additions. If I were to put that out on an algebra tile, if I were to put that out on a mat, I can't take 4 away that I don't have. So I'm going to rewrite this and I'm going to show you what I mean. I forget what today's lesson was. All right. This might be mind-blowing. I hope it's at least mildly productive. In part C here, I'm jumping right to this because, well, I could do any parts of this. But part C, because I'm trying to get this idea through, we start with 2 x's, and they are positive, right? In the negative region, or in the opposite region, right, we have an x, subtract 4. But I can't, right? It right now is impossible to do a subtraction. I have 2 x's up here. I have this x down here, which if I push it up here, that's fine. I can do that, right? We know if I have that there, it turns into that there. But I can't take away 1 tiles that don't exist, right? I don't have any 1 tiles. So it's not subtraction. It's saying in the negative region, or in the opposite region, I have an x and I have 4 negative tiles. Then, when I push this up over there, and I push all these up here, it turns into 2 x's, a negative x, and 4 1s. I can now do this grouping, and that makes 0. We never actually took anything away. I simplified and made a 0. So this turns into, when we clean it all up, how many x's? Just 1, right? We end with 1x. How many constants? 4. Questions? Simon.
But if you have negative x plus 4, then you're gonna have 2 to come out instead of negative 2. So what is?
So remember, you can't combine like terms, or you cannot combine non-like terms.
Well, yeah, but that's the issue. Like, you can't take it out of the parentheses.
Yeah, if you can't do what's in the parentheses, they just drop away. So if you can't do what's in the grouping symbol, they disappear. So the grouping symbol just says try this first. So like in B, right? And then I'm coming to you, Alex. In B, it says in the opposite world, in the upside down, whatever we want to call it, we have a negative 2y and a positive 1. But when I push them up top, right, and I say, well, what is it in the actual world? I have actually 2y and actually a negative 1.
I told you I got that right all by myself.
Now, we cannot take a 1 away from 2y. I cannot do this. I can write it, but I can't do it. Right? How we show this is a positive 2y, or 2 positive y's, and a negative 1. Because I can't take 1 away from something I don't know. We can write it like this, but we can't actually do it.
Wait, how would you do that for the first one?
So this is all up top, right? It's all in the top of the thing. I have 3 negative x's, 5 positive 1 tiles, and a positive y tile. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. That's it. Yep. Now we could write it as I have 5 and y and then the opposite of 3x, or I could, I can write this a few different ways. I could say 5 plus y, just minus the 3x, or I could say plus and then negative. All of these are the same thing algebraically, right? They all mean the same thing. Audrey.
You said minus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
outside
you're
of
wrong.
the parentheses.
So, Alina, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm trying to get you to change your thinking. We are not subtracting.
Yeah. Wait.
We can say,
Yeah.
we can say minus. We can say subtraction. But we are not actually able to do that because I can't take anything away. So,
How can you take away something?
Alina, how can I take 1 away from 2y?
Well, you can't do that. They're not the same.
That's what I'm trying to get you to realize. So this, you realize we're on the same team, right? I'm trying to help you understand more math than what you've understood in the past. This is okay, but we as mathematicians would rather do this. And I know you as a 7th grader don't believe me. But as mathematicians, that is better, not right versus wrong, than this. Because we can't physically do this. Take 1 away from 2y. We can't actually do that. This we can represent, and we can show. It's about representation.
Yeah, okay.
So this is like those math problems where it would say, like, James goes to the grocery store and has, 15 watermelons and 18, but like all those, like, no, those aren't real situations, right? You can't actually, how big of arms does he have, right? So like, this is where we're not taking away. We're showing all these different quantities. Alex, I don't care, sure. I feel like the world is chaos anyways. I don't know.
So what? No.
What?
Okay. So what you're saying is like. What you're saying is that you can't take away from what.
Because Alex is willing and open to learn, and you're just digging your heels in. I'm sorry, but if you ask a question, you'll get the answer. Now, Alex is up there. He deserves your respect. Just like when you come up there, you deserve his.
So what you're saying is that for this, you're basically saying that you can't take away what you don't know.
Yes.
And for this, you're basically saying that this is basically a portal, and you basically just flip everything else that's in the parentheses.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like that. Wait.
I'm looking for hands I haven't had. Okay, fair.
Okay, so, with Mrs. Pettigrew when we had 7th grade and 8th grade class,
Yeah.
when we did the brown bag thing, we didn't know what was in
sure. I'm not 100% sure what activity you're talking about, but
I see what you're saying.
so it's just a change in your thinking. We're done. We're out of class time. So literally, we're out of time. If you want to fight with me, you can, but know that I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat things to protect your feelings.
Mr. Hudson.
Yes.
You might agree with me. I think math is the only place where you get it was by 60
Yeah, right.